Good morning, Your Honour. For the record, Coventry, COVENTOY, initials HR, IP on behalf of Mr. Donato. Your Honour, if I could take Your Honour to Section 9 of the Penalties and Sentences Act, which outlines the applicable factors, or the applicable law rather, than Your Honour must take into account when sentencing my client. In my submission, the relevant factors are general deterrence, personal deterrence, as well as my client's age, character, and intellectual capacity, and also the presence of any aggravating or mitigating factors, together with the nature and severity of the offending. Turning to my client's antecedents, Your Honour, my client is 25 years of age. He's a very young man. He's currently married. He has stability in his life. I'm instructed, Your Honour, that he's only recently built up a contract cleaning business which earns him approximately $600 to $620 per week. No doubt this is not a significant sum of money when the court considers the fact that he must also provide for his wife, and unfortunately she's currently not in employment. In my submission, he's seeking to grow his business as he instructs me, and he's been a good law-abiding member of our society. Your Honour, my client does not have any entries on his criminal history. He does have a minor entry on his traffic history for driving whilst under the influence of liquor, for which he was convicted and sentenced to a driving disqualification period of 12 months. Your Honour, this is somewhat dated, having occurred 6 years ago, and he does not have any other traffic entries. In my opinion, it's a very minor traffic history. Your Honour, if I could turn to the circumstances of his offending, it was clearly an error in judgment. He instructs that he lost his licence some 18 months ago and regrettably neglected to actually obtain a new driver's licence until he was caught some 10 days ago. I do wish to emphasise to Your Honour that the offence my client is charged with is, whilst it is not, he was not driving while disqualified. He had a valid driver's licence. He just simply didn't have a valid driver's licence physically with him at the time of being apprehended by police. The circumstances of my client's arrest, Your Honour, he was arrested. He complied with all police requests when charged. He did not avoid arrest. He admitted to police he didn't have a valid licence with him physically. If I could also make a submission, Your Honour, I accept that it's open to the arresting officer to issue a notice to appear. However, pursuant to Section 80, subsection 1A, a police officer under the Act could, in this circumstance, have also issued an infringement notice, which would have resulted in my client not having to attend court. I cannot take that submission any further. However, I do submit that should be taken into account when determining what penalty Your Honour imposes, as my client has clearly suffered by having to attend court today, and in my ultimate submission, an infringement notice would have more than likely been more appropriate in these circumstances. Finally, Your Honour, this is a timely plea of guilty. My client's facilitated the administration of justice through pleading guilty at the first available opportunity, namely the first return date or the first mention date of this matter. He's extremely remorseful and embarrassed to be in court before Your Honour today, and no doubt coming to court and appearing before a judicial officer is a very sobering experience for anyone. He's learned a valuable lesson. He's unlikely to reoffend, and ultimately any penalty which causes my client to lose his licence will result in significant and financial hardship to my client. He has been obviously, there's only one previous court order. He was, as a sentence was imposed on my client, he complied with that court orders. In my submission, Your Honour, would have no doubt or would have little concern over my client complying with any orders of this court. And under those circumstances, I'd submit that a punishment or a sentence of a good behaviour bond with a recognizance under Section 31 is appropriate. Your Honour, unless I can be of any further assistance, may it please the court.